The blizzard of 2026. The blizzard of 2026. All right. Let's come on in here. Morning show today. I am stuck. Can't move. My streets are blasted. There's actually a car out on the street right now that they've been trying to get out for the last 2 hours. I knew right when the guy turned down the street, I'm like, what are you doing? You're not going to get through this. You're not going to get through this. But still digging out here of the blizzard. Was crazy blizzard. I hadn't seen snow like that in years. When I went out yesterday to uncover my car and just kind of work on that a little bit, I had snow up to my waist. Up to my waist. Anybody in the chat here, did you get blasted out by the blizzard? Where are you located? Did you get snow? I got hammered here, and my streets are still not plowed. But we'll get into a lot today. Let's see. We got Sharon in here. Legal's here. Good morning. How are you? ZCH, what's up? How's it going? Patricia, what's going on? Nice to see you here. Grammy's in the channel. Nice to see you. Legal says, I was supposed to travel to Portland, Maine today for work. Not happening. Definitely not happening. Definitely not happening. Nothing going on here in the state of Massachusetts at the moment. I know that we're still under a travel ban advisory and the roads are still pretty bad here. So I had to wait this morning a couple of hours to find out if I was going to work today, but they actually ended up canceling and just said stay home. So Legal Swag says I'm in Boston still digging out. Yeah, it's been wild. But let's do this. Let's get into some Savannah Guthrie coverage. There's been some new developments overnight that have, this case just gets weirder and weirder. And I'm frustrated in the sense of I feel like, Pima County Sheriff's Department has completely botched this investigation. What we're finding out now is this developed overnight. Suspect in Nancy Guthrie case has been to the house before the night of her disappearance, sources say. So a source comes out last night, confirms that initially these two photos that were put out per the Pima County Sheriff Department and the FBI, they're now saying that these are two different nights. So the suspect has been there before. Probably some pertinent information that they should have released immediately in this investigation, because that would help shore up a timeline. But we'll read a little bit of this from CBS News, and then I want to go in and I'm going to show you what the sheriff posts last night. Also today, we find out just less than a half an hour ago, Savannah Guthrie has come on to her Instagram and has put out a 4-minute video and saying that the family now is offering $1 million to bring her mom home. And it is sounding at this point that there is hopes that Nancy could be alive, and there is hopes that they will bring her home so they can celebrate her life. And this is the first time that we've heard this. And I'm pretty sure that these videos and this type of conversation is being directed by the FBI. I'm sure they do have some involvement as what's being said. So let's get into this article a little bit. We'll talk about this. ZCH, thank you for becoming a new member and supporting the channel. I much appreciate that. Good morning, Granny. How are you? It is very heartbreaking, and we're going to get into this today. And then we'll go out to the live feed out on the ground and see what's going on, hear the conversation, see what the locals are saying, and we'll get into this. Okay, so the masked man seen at the doorbell camera video is suspected of abducting Nancy Guthrie appears to have been at her front door earlier than February 1st, the night she's believed that she was kidnapped. A law enforcement source confirms to CBS News the information first reported by ABC News. And I dropped a video about this last night when I heard about this breaking news. An image of the FBI released the suspect of 84-year-old front door in which she's seen without a backpack was captured by her Nest doorbell camera sometimes prior to the date of the suspected abduction. It is unclear how many days before February 1st this video of the man without the backpack was taken. The FBI released images and video of the suspect, which most of which showed him carrying a backpack or wearing a face mask and gloves on February 10th, and asked for the public's help to identify the man seen in the video. So far, investigators have not identified the suspect in this case. Pima County Sheriff, and here we go. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nonos, what I like to call him, Nonos Go Home, told CBS News that the information about the timing of the video of the man not wearing the backpack is not coming from the Pima County Sheriff's Department or the FBI. The sheriff office later said Monday night in a statement, there's been no date or timestamp associated with these images. Therefore, any suggestion that the photographs were taken on different days is purely speculative. And let me just add this. I hope that the sheriff understands, and I hope that he's saying that there is no metadata attached to these images or video, because from what I'm understanding in my investigating here, that NestCam embeds their data in these videos. And I've gotten that before when I've done, records requests, and I get videos from inside town halls or, inside a public accessible area that it's run by our government. You can see the metadata in that video. And usually they'll do a date and timestamp over it. I know NestCam doesn't do that, but in the file itself, it should be there. It should be embedded. And this is raising a lot of questions now too, to say, okay, well, where is this data? So the spokesperson for the FBI did not immediately respond to requests for comments and previous statements from February 10th. Nonos said the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department are working closely to our private sector partners to continue to recover any images or video footage of Nancy Guthrie's home that may have been lost, corrupt, or inaccessible due to a variety of factors, including the removal of recorded devices. The video has been recovered from residual data located in the back-end systems. This is a botched investigation. This is a botched investigation. That's what's going on here. I don't think they have any control over what's going on. And now it's gone to the point, and I'm going to say this, I think that it's gotten so desperate in this investigation that there are no leads. They have no idea what the hell is going on. Now we have to have Savannah Guthrie get out and release a video this morning and say that the family is offering to pay $1 million ransom for the return of Nancy Guthrie. Let's play that video.
Hi there. I'm coming on to say it is day 24 since our mom was taken in the dark of night from her bed. And every hour and minute and second and every long night has been agony since then, of worrying about her and fearing for her and aching for her. And most of all, just missing her, We know that millions of you have been praying. So many people have been praying of every faith and no faith at all, praying for her return. And we feel those prayers. Please keep praying without ceasing. We still believe. We still believe in a miracle. We still believe that she can come home. Hope against hope. As my sister says, we are blowing on the embers of hope. We also know that she may be lost. She may already be gone. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves and is dancing in heaven with her mom and her dad and with her beloved brother Pierce and with our daddy. And if this is what is to be, then we will accept it. But we need to know where she is. We need her to come home. For that reason, we are offering a family reward of up to $1 million.
Wow.
For any information that leads us to her recovery. All of the information about this reward and the details is in the caption below. You can call the 1-800-TIP line. You can be anonymous if you want. Someone out there knows something that can bring her home. Somebody knows. And we are begging you to please come forward now. We also know that we are not alone in our loss. We know there are millions of families that have suffered with this kind of uncertainty. And for that reason today, we also are donating $500,000 to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children for their work in helping families who are coping with loss and actively looking for those who are lost. We are hoping that the attention that has been given to our mom and our family will extend to all the families like ours who are in need and need prayers and need support. So please, if you hear this message, if you've been waiting and you haven't been sure, let this be your sign to please come forward, tell what you know, and help us bring our beloved mom home so that we can either celebrate a glorious, miraculous homecoming or celebrate the beautiful, brave, and courageous and noble life that she has lived. Please be the light in the dark.
Wow.
Thank you.
And thank you. Our beloved friend and colleague, Savannah Guthrie, they're just posting that video on social media saying we still believe in a miracle. Family also now offering a $1 million reward for any information that leads to the return of their mom, Nancy Guthrie.
I mean, I think it's living in this uncertainty is agonizing. And it's really a plea for anybody because somebody does know something.
Let's bring in NBC's national law enforcement and intelligence correspondent, Tom Winter. He joins us by phone now. Tom,
I'm starting to sense desperation in this case. I think that there was a lot of things that were mishandled in the very beginning. And now seeing and now hearing about these initial photographs that were released by the FBI, come to find out the suspect was at that door, at Nancy Guthrie's door, possibly a week and a half before she was taken. We've heard about the mixed DNA samples that could take weeks, months, years to figure out. That was another botch from the Pima County Sheriff's Department. Oh, no, we're going to send it to this lab. This is just the way we do it down in Florida. And look what we have now, the result of that. If these samples were just immediately turned over to the FBI and they went to Quantico, I would believe that we would have something by now. Remember the Idaho 4 case? What happened when the FBI, when the Moscow Police Department offered the FBI, called the FBI to come in and take over and work along with law enforcement? What happened? Within 30 days, just over 30 days, 42 days, it was 42 days, 42 days that they had a match to the sample and picked up Brian Koberger and arrested him for the quadruple homicide. This investigation is botched. I believe this is now being done out of desperation. Obviously, it has the FBI involved, telling her what to say. You can see that she's reading from some notes or a script. We've had a lot of lost time. Or they've had a lot of lost time, not we. They've had a lot of lost time in this investigation. And then, we didn't want people out searching the other day. They were telling people to stay off private property. It's like they don't want the public's help. Remember, they want Rep Hernandez wants the bloggers and YouTubers to go home. They don't want it covered. They don't want this covered. And now we're hearing mainstream media, some of the outlets down there are packing up and leaving because they believe this case is cold. I'm going to be curious to see what happens in the next 24 to 48 hours. Maybe someone does come forward now and give the information. $1 million is a lot of money. All right, let's finish this out, and then we're going to go down to the live feed on the ground.
You just heard the video. You saw the video along with us there. Walk us through the significance of this one. Why now?
Yeah, Craig, good morning. I think it's an important video because what the family is clearly telling somebody out there, and I agree with them. We've talked about it often, that somebody out there knows something. And so what they're hoping is that for that person that's out there, maybe they don't have the financial means to pick up the phone and call about a loved one, about a spouse, about somebody that they think is involved in this because they don't have the financial means to do so. This now changes the game. And I think they're being very clear that that they want that phone call from that one person out there or those two people out there that actually know what happened. And they're making it very clear here this morning. They just want to know what happened to their mom. They want to know where she is, and they want to be able to, as she said in an earlier video, celebrate her life. That's all that they're focused on. They want resolution. They want an end to this, and they're offering up to $1 million for somebody to come forward and make that call that says, you know what? I know that it's my relative who's responsible for it.
Yeah.
I know that it's my boyfriend or girlfriend that's involved in this, and make that call.
And I think, too, them donating another $500,000 to others who are going through the same kind of agony that Savannah and her family are going, to shine a spotlight on those other families is super important. Tom, thank you. Thank you so much.
Tom Winter, thank you.
And a reminder, guys, the tip line. Call if you have any information in this case, 1-800-CALL-FBI. Again, the now $1 million is being offered here.
Wow, it's a lot of money. A lot of money. Let's do this. I'm going to go out of this video here. Just bear with me. And then we had some trouble on the ground. We had the United Cajun Navy that showed up yesterday and has taken umbrage to what JLR is doing down on the ground. They put out a post yesterday and said that JLR is a con artist and convicted pedo. He had mentions of us when he wants publicity. He shut his ass down in the Riley Strain and Sebastian Rogers case, and he never got over it. So there's that ground battle that's going on down there. As far as I know, in the research that I know, JLR is not a convicted pedo, but has had his issues, has gone in and served his time. Looks like, in my opinion, is changing his life around. A lot of people agree. They don't agree with him. I had some issues with him as far as his, issues in the Karen Reed case. I think that he just kind of popped up, tried to get a viral video, tried to make some content. He come back and said, United Cajun Navy claims I am a ped. They brought some dude to claim his team is in Tucson to search for Nancy Guthrie. Dude is driving around in a white BMW who's currently staying at the Best Western Hotel on Oracle. They have me blocked after I exposed them for pulling donation scams with Sebastian Rogers case. I'm here to document everything, so let's see if they really search or not. They have me blocked on X. So we have that drama that's going on down on the ground. And again, this doesn't help anything with trying to bring Nancy home. I think a lot of what's going on is there's a lot of posturing, a lot of people wanting to be there. Look, JLR has been there from the start. And I think now, you have these organizations that are coming in. We're hearing about $1 million rewards. We're hearing about rewards from the FBI. This possibly could be the type of situation where people want to get their hands in this for money and fame, because if they do come up with any possible leads that lead to finding Nancy Guthrie, it's going to be paid off. It's going to be paid off. So, does this really help the situation? No. Does, just let people do what they're going to do. I stand by all of the people that have been down there streaming, all the people that have been down there documenting this, all the people that have been down there helping. Because they've been really the eyes on the ground. Basically, that stream runs for 12 hours, all day long. It's running 12 hours, and he's documenting everything down there. A lot more, where you see with the mainstream media, you just get blips and blurps. I think some more mainstream discovery, Brian Enton's been doing an amazing job down there on the ground. But we have a section here that's going to play. Let's see. Let's bring this up. Let's go live. News Nation. We'll check this out. Let's see what they have to say.
The Union Address. Only News Nation has a night of diverse voices and honest perspective with the best political team anywhere. Special coverage tonight, 6/5 Central on News Nation.
Tonight, President Trump's biggest stage of the year, his state.
The most activity we've
All right,
ever
we'll go
had.
back to
Making a
News
speech.
Nation. They got a segment coming up. Let's do this. Let's go to the ground. Let's check out what's going on in the ground. I thought they had a Nancy Guthrie. All right, JLR on the move. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Let's do this. Who got snow? Is everybody digging themselves out still? Where y'all from? Did you get snow? I'm blasted here in Massachusetts. Absolutely blasted. He was out there earlier. I do know that. I don't know. I saw him out there earlier, so he's on the move somewhere.
I'm approaching First and Orange.
Let's see. I'm going to look at Twitter and see if we have any updates, any action. Let's see what the locals are saying. Let's see what people are saying that are covering
We're in a
this.
wash somewhere.
Oh, looks like someone's maybe looking for. I'm in Florida by a few days of cold. Wow, it's been cold there. Let's see.
I'm gonna
Grammy
pull over
says
up here for a minute.
just over the New York line in Mass, about 5 inches. I got like 2 feet of snow here. I got blasted. You haven't had snow yet? Jeez. Let's go on. Let's see what's going to go on here. Let's see what's going to happen.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna know where they are. I'm following where they went. It's just gonna take me a minute.
Okay, wait a minute. Maybe there's a search party or law enforcement. Let's see what's going to happen here. See what's going on.
Because I'm watching them leave the place.
Is this a search? Yeah, Mimi, this has been weird. I've been noticing this lately, and I'm wondering if we're going back because of all my Epstein coverage, and we've heard things like this from YouTube, that they start shadow banning people. But that's good to know, and thank you, because I have found this weird anomaly on my channel over the last
Oh,
week.
okay, they go right.
But thanks for showing up. But we're going to stay live. Something going on the ground. Let's see what is going on the ground today. All right. Looks like I'm just trying to get some context here that possibly following a search party or law enforcement activity. Let's see what happens here.
JLR, you know those, the Starlight says, JLR, you knew from day one those pics were on 2 different locations. You knew from day one. I mean, we've talked about it. We didn't know for 100% fact, and we still don't know 100% fact because the sheriff is, denying the report. However, yeah, I lost their convoy. I don't know where the convoy is. It's somewhere, but I'll go back towards Nancy's here.
So is this a law
More
enforcement
clarity where they're at.
or is this a search party convoy?
The big thing is the $1 million reward. So we're gonna see what comes out of that.
Yeah. Thank you, Captain.
I think they're still in the neighborhood of Nancy. Tucked in all these roads. Problem is they're in that dead zone stuff area.
Beautiful there. Look at the mountains. All right, JLR on the move. Not sure if he's tracking down law enforcement convoy or a search party convoy. Something's prompted him to get up and drive. He kind of came in the stream a little late, but we're going to figure out what's going on here.
I'm gonna go back to Nancy's home because I think they're just trampling around in people's yards and stuff right now. Like they're not on public street; they're all over some property. I don't know. Those were the same ladies that were digging through the neighbors' property with pokers.
Sounds like a search party convoy. We'll stay here. If anything breaks on mainstream, we'll switch over. That's how we do it.
Back to the house.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, but those groups of ladies, like I'm seeing IRT. IRT has a feed, IRT Media, and he's out there in the woods with these individuals, and they're just walking around some area in between Nancy's and First somewhere. But again, like I strongly recommend any searchers or whatever, before you just go onto people's properties, please ask permission.
Yeah. So I don't know if the laws are out there. You might have a pew gun law,
No, I do really think the sheriffs around here would arrest people if they're on private property. I really do. Look, they're getting screamed at right now.
Oh.
I told you.
I'm not on private property. That is my fucking property.
Oh boy.
This is a road. I don't know.
They're getting screamed at.
Oh boy. And JL just hit a dead spot.
Private property? Maybe it's on the
Oh boy.
out of here and off of this property right now. This is private property. And you know what? Your camera is filming me right now. You do not have my permission to film me or my property or my neighbor. You're not. Graham.
Told you.
Graham, do you
Oh
think
boy.
we're gonna look here?
This is going on right now.
Please, you guys. This is horrible. We know it's horrible. Please, go away.
Thank you, Captain, for the gifted. Let's see if I can find the channel.
Go away.
All right, let's go.
Told you.
Okay, I got
They
the
got
feed.
screamed.
I got the feed. Let's
They got
switch over
screamed at
that.
by the neighbor to get off their property.
Okay,
Get off
let's
our
switch.
property.
Let's switch to
Why?
that feed. Hang on.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can
go-
look for Nancy, But again, go ask permission. Ask permission.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Okay, let's switch over to that. I have the feed. Let's see what happened in real time. Let's switch over. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna play this. I got the feed. Let's go back. Oh boy, they're just in property here. All right, let's watch this. This was just a couple of seconds ago. And let's see, Antoinette got a gifted membership, so you can thank Captain for that. Okay, we're gonna have a little drama here in a second. Let's watch through this search party. We got a really choppy feed. Speed up just a little bit here. Let's see. All right, let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Looks like you got some mainstream media out there. And they're going to have an interaction here pretty soon. I know, right? Really, right? Let's bump up just a little bit. I'm just going to bump to the interaction. Oh, thank you, Captain. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. They're going to have an interaction here in a moment. All right. Thank you, MZ. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out here. That's the thing is when you search, you've got to know property lines. You've got to know where things are. You've got to ask permission. And, you know, JLR was just talking about that. I think we can have an interaction here in a minute. Let's see.
This is a riverbed, guys. Like, or wash off, whatever. When it rains heavy here, everything comes down through this area.
Speed up just a little bit. Just going to speed up just a little bit here. Okay. Let's see what happens. Good morning.
You know what? Here, I'll give you guys the app. You guys will give it to your fam club boy.
So I'm going to take a guess that when they have the complaint here in a second, see how they're on the road right here? I think the homeowner's property, if you can see my mouse, is probably here. And that's where they're going to say, get off my property. We'll see where she's standing, if she's on the road or not.
The one that's just JLR is looking for it. No, I'm telling the people that are here. Well, yeah, JLR's looking for you. JLR's looking for you.
Let's see what happens.
No. Camino Cresta, guys, for real. 1810 Camino Cresta.
Oh, he walked onto the property.
Go back down there and do a hit for their thing. So
Let's see. Captain, thanks for the 2. Appreciate that.
1810
But that far
Camino
behind?
Cresta. Camino C.
Let's see. Oh boy, there's a mailbox there. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is not going to be good. So you can see at home to the left, you can see a path. This is probably someone's property, and that's why they came out and screamed, "You've got to know property lines or ask permission." Oh boy.
They want to claim the same thing they did, but as for the little, get the same thing they just did.
I thought you said they were doing.
Let's see. Up, go away, please. Here it is.
Dice que están. Dice que están en la propiedad privada, dicen ellos. Dice que le van a hablar al departamento. I told them they're coming out.
I'm not on private property.
Hey, get off my property. Okay. Now.
You are filming private property.
Get out. It's my property. Get
Why
out.
are you on
I'm not on private property.
That is my fucking property.
This
Get the fuck out.
This is a road.
Who is that?
I don't
Get
know.
off my property.
I'm right here.
Is it on that private property?
Maybe it's on the sky.
It is. It needs to be out of here and off of this property right now. This is private property. And you know what? Your camera is filming me right now. You do not have my permission to film me or
You're
my
not
property
on
or my
camera.
neighbor.
So the thing is, when you're on a public street, and I don't know if this street is public, so I'm not gonna get in there, but if they are filming her on the public street, they have every right to do that. If they're on someone's private property, they don't have the right to do that. So this is what gets hairy with this stuff. She's wrong. If this is a public road that we're looking at, she's wrong about that. But if this is a private road and a private resident built this road, that's an issue. That's where she can complain. All right, let's listen here.
You're not on camera.
Graham,
You're not
for
on camera.
real, do you think we didn't look here?
I'm not looking at that.
Please, you guys, this is horrible.
We know it's horrible.
Please, go away. You think we haven't looked?
Wow.
Go away.
All right, let's go. Let's make a U-turn. All right, we'll talk about this in the vehicle here.
Oh,
We do too. May God bless you. Since you wish me well, well, me too.
things are definitely heating up in Arizona. People are really on edge.
You ready? She went to A1. I know she was. Now, I can understand the stress and what they're going through, but
So I'm going to address this right here. Bass Girl says, my complaint about YouTubers is they don't research things before sharing it on their channels. The Search of Mothers of Serena, a credible organization. You should research them. Well, I do know that they are down there. Okay. And this is the issue. It's not the issue with me. I didn't say anything about the search party. All I said was, if you are going to go out and search, you need to know what search areas you are allowed to go into, meaning what is private and what is public property. That's all I said. I didn't say anything about, I want people to go out and look. I was opposed to Sheriff Nano's no-nos, what I call them, to complaining about people going out searching. There is a difference. If you are going to go out and search, you have to make sure that you know the property lines, because things like this can happen. Now, I don't know what is public or private property down there, okay? But clearly, the residents do, and that's why they took umbrage to this and said something. I want people out there looking, but you've got to be able to do it so you're not pissing off residents, knowing what's private and public property. And that was the thing, you know, with the search parties the other day. They were very respectful, and I'm not saying that these people were not respectful, but they had an organized search. They met up in an area. They said, look, we need to make sure that we're only on public properties. We can't be anywhere near private. And if you're going to go on to maybe a suspected area where there's a home or they're in and around a home, that you need to go up and knock on the door and ask, hey, I'm here with the search party. We're looking for Nancy Guthrie. Would you mind, or could you tell me what area is public and what area is private? And they might be a little bit nicer and say, yeah, this area here is my property. I just don't want you on there. We've already looked. We've already called the sheriff, whatever it is. Or, sure, you can go onto the property. We'll give you 10 minutes to go and look. Maybe there's something on there that we didn't see. Okay. And that's how it has to be in these situations. I want people out there helping. But if there's a congested neighborhood that look like this one here with a plenty of, you know, couple of homes that we saw, that could be private property. I don't know, but the only way you're going to find out is go up and knock on the door and ask. So there's that. Let's go back to ground coverage, JLR.
Off the feed of where they're at.
And maybe you agree with me and maybe you don't, but that's the way I see it. Did I watch the video that you sent to me on Sunday? I did not. I don't know what video that was. Or maybe I did. It's been kind of a crazy couple of days, especially with the snow. Let's see. Anything new? I think JLR's out trying to find a search party. They've been pushed off. It was about the DNA. Well, I know about the DNA. I know that the results have been mixed. I know there's a problem with the DNA. I do know that. Let's see. Let's check the Twitter. Let's see if we have anything on the Twitter.
Yeah, they're in this parking lot here, it appears. There they are.
Sorry, I'm laughing at something else. Heather, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 2. Thank you for being a moderator. Thank you for being a member. You're always here. Love you for that. And oh, wait, he found, I think he found the search party. Let's see if he's going to meet up, see the conversation now, and see what they said. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Snowmageddon. We're in Snowmageddon. There, and just an update on the situation in Mexico. There are many U.S. citizens that are still stuck in Mexico, in and around Puerto Vallarta, and now Tijuana, which is right near San Diego, right near the border. And I was hearing that there was activity down there yesterday as well too, and it's pretty crazy down there. I've been following the coverage in Mexico. I did a stream on that the other day. El Mencho was taken out, killed, major drug overlord, and caused a lot of havoc down there. Lots of havoc. All right, let's see what JLR is doing here. I think he's going to meet up with that search party. Thank you, Sophie. Good to see you, Sophie. Hope you're well. Oh, did we lose his feed? If we did, I'm going to pop over to the IRT feed. I think his is spinny wheel. Let's go back local here. Let's see what's going on. Live.
Let's hope this pray. Well, you guys are praying, and your prayers are being answered by people showing up to search for her. And then, as soon as somebody shows up and wants to search, instead of guiding them in the right direction, the bashing starts.
Let me go back to JLR. Let's see what he says. Okay, back to JLR. Let's grab that stream. Here we go. Nice seeing everybody here today. I know there's tons of people in and around the area without power. I luckily didn't lose power, and I usually do. Like, I usually, literally, someone could fart in the wind over here, and my power blows out. I had a couple of flickers during the storm, but I thankfully didn't lose power, which was great. Which was really great. I'll be right back. I'm going to check on something real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I watched y'all in real time get screamed at.
Heard my first plow, and I looked out in the street, and it's actually a backhoe. So I don't know if someone called private backhoe to uncover them. My street is still covered with snow. It's like 2 feet of snow out there. I can't get out. Like, come on. 11 o'clock in the morning here. What's going on? I also heard down in Mexico that the hotels were price gouging guests right now. Stay additional days. How sick is that? During everything that they're going through down there, there's been reports in Mexico that they're price gouging with all this, this shit that's been going crazy down there in Mexico after El Mencho was killed. Can you believe that? Price gouging.
Go ahead.
Yeah, me too. And now you have to look at this. And MZ, I don't know if you're here for the opening monologue on my show. You have to start looking at all of this now. We now hear today that Savannah Guthrie comes out and says that the family is now going to commit to a $1 million reward. Is this desperation time now? Is this desperation time? Is that what we're seeing here? That maybe it's a signal that law enforcement is stumped, that they don't really know what's going on in this case. Is that what we're seeing here? Yeah, we've also heard that too. Do you still think Nancy is in Arizona? You still think Nancy is in Arizona? Let me know in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat if you think Nancy is still in Arizona. Give me a 2 if you think she's somewhere else. Heather says she thinks she's somewhere else. Do you think Mexico, Heather? You think she was taken to Mexico? We've heard that theory. And we've heard this too. Why did it take the family so long to offer this big reward? It's not like they don't have the money. Well, maybe that's with the guidance of law enforcement. Maybe in these particular situations that you don't want to offer a bunch of money because you don't want to pay. And that might be by design. But now when you come to the point of, let's just say, desperation, what are you going to do? You have to start paying now because they may want more money. They may want more money. So if you go high and you initially go right away to, $1 million, they might say, no, we want $10 million. We want $20 million. And then it gets to a point where it's uncontrollable amount of ransom. So you start low. This is all we're willing to offer, 100,000. Then we had some other people step up private, increased it to 200,000. Now you come to the point of you need information now because now you're in desperate times. This is day 24 now. So now we're going to offer $1 million. And if you're someone that has in a very desperate situation that might need this money, $1 million may entice them, if they have information about this case, to step forward and say, hey, look, it's my brother, or it's an organization that I know of. MZ says, in my opinion, the FBI is hiding information from the sheriff. Well, listen, I'm sure the FBI knows a lot more.
Where they headed
Pop
next?
out for a second. I gotta go check the plow situation on my street. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Full screen.
What they say?
Gonna go stop here at the entrance to get the vehicles, and then they're gonna take off.
Where are they going?
That's it.
Like they're done?
Yeah.
You're done?
¿Van a seguir poniendo fichas o negando? Ya terminaron ustedes por el día. Okay.
Vamos a pararnos aquí a hacer un stand, el que no me dejaron hacer allá.
Okay. All right. They're gonna go through their little segment. They're done for the day.
They're done for the day?
For right now, yeah.
Okay. They're done for now. Yeah. All right. Oh, put out flowers. That's what they did. Put out flyers at the intersection of River Road and Campbell. They're done for the day. What do you think, folks? I mean, every flyer counts, right? All right, let's cross. We'll go back up to. You said what?
He wants to give you a place to stay.
He wants to give me a place to stay?
Yeah, but make sure when you text me.
Okay, thank you. Somebody wants to give me a place to stay. I have a place to stay.
Wait.
Hop to cross here. Somebody wanted to give me a place to stay.
That's interesting.
I already have a place to stay. Very grateful, but I have a place to stay.
We're gonna get spinning wheel.
I stay in my own safe space.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
All right, so basically as they came here and they planted signs pretty much at all the corners here. I'm waiting to cross. Okay, I can cross.
Don't get hit.
All right, so they came to put some flyers up at the corner here.
Yeah, I think
flyers,
so too.
I'll put them
Linda.
up there on all
I
the
agree.
corners. I'll put some up. We've got flyers.
I mean, oh crap. Sorry about that. Let me go back to live. I meant to pause it. I meant to turn the sound off for a second. I think they do too. And I think that, you know, it's it just gets to a point where, you know, local law enforcement can only do so much. And look we've seen videos of Nanos. We've seen him talking. We've seen these situations. I'm not fully confident in his leadership abilities. And this is going to get to a point where, the FBI is just going to keep going and doing their, behind the scenes investigation, as we say it. We'll just move on with the sheriff. We'll just keep continuing to capture our data. So I think there still is a lot of tension there. We've heard earlier reports in this investigation that there was. We know about Nanos being investigated, I believe, back in 2016, 17 for misappropriating funds from the FBI. They were investigated. So let's go back up. We'll go live and see what happens. Yeah, this is very true, MS. It's very, very true. We've also seen, we had someone that previously worked for him instead. This guy has basically no clue as to what he's doing. We also found out this too by someone that's on his team, which I probably wouldn't be divulging to thieves or possible people that want to commit crimes, that most of the cameras in and around intersections don't work. They're dummy cameras.
Cords. These cords. Somebody wants to give me a place to stay. Whoa. I appreciate the offer. I'll have to respectfully decline.
Choose, I believe. I agree.
We're off. Hi, how are you? You work here? Oh, how are you? They were just I'm doing great. What's your name? Hi, Lucy. JLR. Nice to meet you.
What are they doing down there?
They were handing out some flyers.
I saw the ladies from Mexico are still.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they're still here.
Have a good one.
Yep. Take care. Thank you. Who are you delivering them to? Elderly? Thank you for what you do. That's good. You have a good day. Thank you. Somebody here is collecting food for the elderly. This is like a church, and they're getting some food. She just came over to say hello. She was watching the channel. Helping the elderly. We're all going to be there one day. God willing. All right. I'm going to, since they're done here handing out flyers, I'm going to go back up to ground zero.
Ground zero.
And we'll wait and see what's, if anyone else does any searches, any new developments, anything. Continuous coverage of the Nancy Guthrie case. JLR investigates traveling up Campbell Avenue back towards Nancy Guthrie's home. Catalina.
Okay, hang on. Let's go live here. I'm going to switch.
Alive and the miracle that we've been praying for happens, or if it's something else, which Savannah alludes to in the video, drop her off and let authorities take care of her. And then if you want a ransom, there will be ways to get that to you. But he put that out there as an option.
Yeah.
And a plea to whoever is responsible.
It's such an important reminder, and hopefully these words are reaching the people that need to hear them. Marnie Hughes, thanks for jumping on the call with us. We appreciate you always. And if you have a missing case you think that Marnie should investigate, we encourage you to visit our missing page on newsnationnow.com. Many of the cases that Marnie covers comes right from you.
Let's go back. I want to hear this segment.
But whoever did this.
Desperate, emotional. But first.
All right, let's hear this segment.
It is day 24 since our mom was taken in the dark of night from her bed. And every hour and minute and second and every long night has been agony since then, of worrying about her and fearing for her and aching for her And most of all, just missing her. Just missing her.
We are following a breaking update in the search for Nancy Guthrie. What you're watching there is a brand new video released by Savannah Guthrie this morning. It's 4 minutes long. She posted it on her Instagram. An urgent, desperate, emotional plea. A $1 million reward now being offered by her family in hopes of bringing her mom, Nancy, home. And it is the first time that we have heard from Savannah in over a week. Marnie Hughes joins us now on the phone to talk about this new development. Marnie, welcome to you, to your own show.
Thanks, Laura. Any development in this case, now 4 weeks old, is significant, and especially when it comes from the family. $1 million is a heck of a lot of money. So we don't know the motive of this case, and maybe this is a plea to the humanity of the person, the evil person who did this, or somebody else who knows something. More likely it is a plea to their greed, if money was in fact the motive. I was following some of the expert advice from one of my detective friends out in LA who covers a lot of missing cases with us. And one thing he said is, whoever did this wants to remain anonymous. If they want money, then maybe they'll get it. But you can drop her off at a hospital, no questions asked, and find a way to get the money. But there are ways to do this. And that's Savannah's plea right now, is to the humanity of this person. It is never too late to do the right thing.
Okay, I'm going to pause and answer that. And I'm speculating here. I'm not an expert in this MS, okay? So let's just go on speculation here and just my opinion of this, okay? I think what happens is you've got to go out and offer a substantial amount of money. $100,000 to me is a lot of money. $100,000 to a lot of people is a lot of money. Okay. $100,000 would be a lot of money. But I think that if you're setting a benchmark, so if you come out right away and you go, I'm going to give you $1 million. Now you could have a counter from that person that's holding this ransom and say, no, it's going to cost you $5 million. So let's just speculate here. You come out with $100 grand, and let's just say they come back and they go, $100 grand is not enough. We want $1 million. Okay. So you're not setting that level of threshold so high that it's not achievable. I give you $1 million off the top. They turn around and say, no, we want 5-10. We want 20 million. Okay. And again, I think it's a little bit kind of that psychology war that you're playing with these people. And again, I'm only speculating here, and that's what I've thought about this too. If I come out and I blast $1 million right away, they could turn around and say, no, it's going to be 5-10. It's going to be $40 million. And we've heard Savannah Guthrie, if you look her up, it says that her net worth is 40, and it might be an unachievable number at that point. So again, that's just my opinion in this. You can agree, you don't have to agree, but it's food for thought. It's food for thought in this. Oliver, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Says, hey, I'm incredibly sad. Thank you for the coverage, Brian. Of course, we're going to try to be here as long as I can today. I am snowed in, not going anywhere. So why not cover some Nancy Guthrie coverage? I know I've gotten off this the last couple of days, but we're back here again, day 24. All right, back to News Nation segment here, and then we'll go back live to JLR.
And there are ways that you can do that and still get paid. We can talk about accountability later, but I do think this is a really significant development in the case.
I'm interested to know what your law enforcement source tells you about how exactly that works, Marnie. When you think about somebody pulling up and, let's say that Nancy Guthrie is alive and that they are able to drop her off at a hospital, how does that go? How does somebody then, quote, get away?
Well, so what he said was you can essentially just drop her off at the front. Hospitals are ready, certainly in the area. He didn't specify which ones, but no questions asked. So, there are cameras. There's going to be some fear for the person who does it if, in fact, that's what they choose. But he laid it out as an option. If the person who did this feels as though they have nowhere else to turn, maybe something happened and they panic and they don't know what to do, that's an option to give this family some peace, to drop her off. Hopefully she's alive. And the miracle that we've been praying for happens, or if it's something else, which Savannah alludes to in the video, drop her off and let authorities take care of her. And then if you want a ransom, there will be ways to get that to you. But he put that out there as
Or
an
you're welcome,
option,
for being here.
and a plea to whoever is responsible.
It's such an important reminder, and hopefully these words are reaching the people that need to hear them. Marnie Hughes, thanks for jumping on the call with us. We appreciate you always. And if you have a missing case you think that Marnie should investigate, we encourage you to visit our missing page on newsnationnow.com. Many of the cases that Marnie covers comes right from you, so keep them coming.
Chelsea Grim.
And News Nation's Nancy Liu is on the scene, and News Nation
Oh,
law
no,
and
it's
justice
Jennifer
contributor
Coffindaffer.
Jennifer Coffindaffer joins us with more
No.
analysis on this case. Nancy, I want to start with you about what we're seeing there, because we've been playing that video of what happened just a short time ago about a sheriff's deputy vehicle showing up there, some people walking around. Look, it's a crime scene, right? I mean, they're still trying to get answers. Any word on what that car was doing, what those officers were doing?
Yeah. Laura, it's a crime scene, but it's not taped off. And we saw that deputy vehicle approach. I thought it was going to be a regular shift change, which we usually see around this time in the morning. But those deputies got out. They talked to the other deputies who are here guarding the home. And then they went around the side and looked to be going to a particular area to check something out. Now, the Pima County Sheriff, Chris Nanos, he has said in the past that, you know, if you see our deputies coming and going, it's likely that they are checking out a specific tip. Now, there have been tens of thousands of tips that have come in on this case, as you can imagine, checking them all out, following through on anything that seems credible. It takes time, it takes effort. So that may be part of the investigation. They didn't spend much time, though, there on the left side of the house. Another possibility, Laura, I thought of, is that all of these citizen volunteers who have been wanting to help in the search, who just feel like there should be answers at this point, you know, who want to come and look for themselves, thinking that, you know, that law enforcement may have overlooked something. It may have been a trespassing concern. They want to make sure that, you know, nobody has been digging around on the property. Around here, this is all private property, which is why the sheriff's department has been discouraging, you know, citizen private search parties, because it's trespassing if you are walking onto properties around here. So two possibilities for the deputy presence we saw here less than an hour ago.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point, Nancy. Jennifer, I want you to weigh in here about what we saw with those deputies walking around the left side of the house, which we don't see a lot of, and about the new developments of the increased reward and where we're at with this plea for somebody to come forward.
Well, Laura, when I saw those officers, and I thought I saw 3 go to the left from the News Nation drone footage, it seemed to me that they were looking for something very specific. So I agree that it was likely a tip. Maybe a neighbor called in and said, you know, I think I saw something on the left side of the house outside my window, and they just went there to check it out. So that makes a lot of sense to me that it was just a tip they were clearing.
All right. And on this reward, $1 million added into everything directly from the family. Really quick, if you could, Jennifer, what you make of that from the FBI's perspective.
Well, sadly, at the end of the day, we here, you know, in the FBI, you know, and in law enforcement, you know, if somebody hasn't come forward yet because of their moral compass, money talks. And that's what this reward is all about. They are not pleading to sentiments. They are pleading now with money.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got more to go on this. Nancy Liu, Jennifer Coffindaffer, will get back to you throughout the morning. Thank you both so much. Anyone with information should contact the Pima County Sheriff's Office, Crime Stoppers. If you want to remain anonymous, you can, or call 1-800-FBI. Also tonight, President Trump's...
Right back to JLR. Let's go live again. Let me just refresh here. Back live. JLR investigates. He's back at, looks like back at Nancy's house.
All right, what do we got here?
Let's see. I'm getting hungry.
Guthrie
I need to eat
case.
some food.
Yeah, we'll go back out there with our food. See what's going on. We'll go back out there. Red Bull. Degrees.
Some food. All right, be back. I'm gonna go full screen for a second. I'm gonna I'm gonna heat some soup up, I think. Let's see. Do you like tortellini sausage and kale soup, Ryan? I got you. Well, come on over. I'll take some. I like tortellini sausage. I'm not much of a kale person, but you know, if it's good and it's good, I'll take it. Come on over. I'll take it. Hey, you know, I'll try new things. Believe me.
Yuma County.
I don't even know. Okay, all right. Oh, let's do it up. Let's see it. Come on. What is this? Oh boy. Oh boy.
You know who that was?
Oh, who's
that was that Karen.
Oh,
from
it's the
other
lady.
day.
Property.
Did you see that? That's great. That was that same woman from the other day.
Oh,
unbelievable.
I think
Their
I'm gonna have
actions
some
speak for
minestrone soup.
themselves. What in the heck was that? She
Oh,
just started
God.
screaming, blaring the horn and driving past, blaring the horn. Whoa. That was the
Yeah.
same woman. I saw her face. She's
I
driving
agree.
a different car.
Not another So you got it pretty blocked off down
Yikes.
there now. Wow, look at all the media.
She went that way.
I want to speak to the manager about this. Yeah. When are we gonna have the tortellini and kale soup? I'll try it. Why not? Still massive amounts of people down there. It's crazy. This is crazy. Tons of coverage. Tons of coverage. Let's see. All right, let me bounce out for a second. I'm gonna heat some soup up really quick. I'll be right back. Use the bathroom as well too. Go full screen. Be right back.
Hello.
And we've been watching you Die Hard for the last 3-4 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
How you doing?
We're doing good. I mean, you've been on
What's your name?
nonstop. Shane and DD.
Shane and Dee Dee.
From Indiana.
From Indiana.
Yeah.
What brings you out here today?
Come see them.
Come see what's
We
going
wanted
on.
to come here to hike. We've been trying to find a place. We flipped houses to go this winter and get away for a few days warm and She's been checking flights here in Miami. All of a sudden, got a good bond. Yeah, let's go.
Where you guys from?
Around IU campus
Down there?
at Bloomington.
Bloomington. Oh,
Yeah.
Bloomington. Bloomington.
Yeah,
Okay.
IU. You doing a good job, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're just keep you on all day.
Yeah, we just want to see what's going on. We want to see what the latest is, and we want to just follow the story wherever it goes. And continue to bring awareness to Nancy.
That's a big thing.
It is.
Glad to see you got your new tent last night.
Yeah, this is courtesy of ABC News.
That's cool.
And we have this one too. Some of the we got this. Some people contributed, but also we got this donated.
So it was way busier through here. People are believing.
Yeah, it does. You know, there's people that have been covering here every day. Like this gentleman right here. He's out here every single day. Some of the media outlets have their correspondents out here every single
I'm back.
day.
Eating up the
A
soup.
lot left, or a lot come and go.
I want them to stay on it. You know what I mean? Keep it. I think that's good. Don't you? That people
Okay, I got some new information here. Hang on. Let me just turn this down. It's being reported. NBC sources claim that Savannah Guthrie wanted to post a $1 million reward on day one, but sheriff discouraged it, saying it would lead to too many false leads. Oh my God. Oh boy. So that is new information that's just been has been reported.
You should go to Gates Pass.
Gates Pass.
Yeah, Gates Pass. We went there yesterday. It was
Nice. I saw a video on that. Not you on. You know, I've been watching the eyes.
See rattlesnakes.
Oh, I didn't see any rattlesnakes. No.
Have you seen any since you've been here?
Just a lot of activity, come and go, but nothing. You know, we saw a couple raids going on as far as the aftermath of these raids and crime scenes set up and let go, and nothing since. Nothing from the sheriff.
Yeah. Been quiet a couple of days, kind of a little bit. Well, man, look, we're gonna go hike a little bit, check this area out, and then we'll probably swing by this evening and say hey again.
Thanks.
For watching.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Stay on.
Thank you. Stay on them. Eyes and ears. That's what we're doing. Stay on.
Yeah. So that was reported that sources were saying that Savannah Guthrie wanted to post a $1 million reward immediately. And Sheriff Nanos encouraged her not to do that because it would lead to too many false leads. We're here now, day 24. And I love that how they've just said this because I was just going to say this. Day 24, and we have not had one press conference from the Pima County Sheriff's Department, from the FBI. I think at this point, it would be very vital to give some information, even if it's just basic information for the community. Even if it's basic information just for the community, to come back and say, this is where we're at. This is what we're looking into. These are the leads that we're following. We haven't seen any of that. We haven't seen any of that from Pima County. We haven't seen anything. We haven't seen anything from the FBI. And here, this just confirms too. And this is what we were talking about earlier. Hi, Nan. How are you? Good to see you. I talked about this earlier, that it's not common practice to come out and offer a large reward right away because, you know, and maybe you can correct me in this situation, Nan. If you come out and you offer $1 million, you could be countered and say, no, we want 5 million. And then it could get countered again and say 10 or 20 million. And then it becomes an unachievable goal, unachievable reward. So that's why you always start small, because if you got a counter, let's say they say 100,000, they counter at 500,000. Yeah, still, it's a lot of money. It's a hell of a lot of money, but it's more of an achievable negotiation. So anyway, go back live here. JLR on the ground. I'm going to keep an eye on my soup. My roads are still not plowed here in the state of Massachusetts. I'm getting frustrated. I do have something that I need to do today, but right now I'm with all of you. And I'm waiting for kale. What was it? Tortellini and kale soup that MS is going to bring me. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate that.
So investigators told them to hold off early.
Yes. Oh, come on. I need special delivery. Right? I'm gonna have minestrone. I'm gonna have to settle for minestrone. That's the only thing I got here. Instructions. I'll settle for 7 eggs. 7 eggs. That's a lot of eggs. Oh, I love minestrone soup. My favorite.
I'll be back.
Get your vegetables.
Oh, got the sheriff.
Now, is that Nano? Nano's in that truck? Where are you?
Deputy.
Yeah, I ain't Nanos. Broccoli and cheddar is good too. Is that Nanos? Where's Nanos today? Behind the desk? Is Nanos behind the desk? Listen, we've had a lot of new subscribers that have come in over the last couple of weeks. I want to thank all of you for being here and supporting LTL Media, supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Nanos is hiding. He's definitely hiding. Hiding behind the desk. Desk duty, right? Desk duty. Oh, we got spinny wheel. I'm going to go check my soup right back. I'll be right back. Promise. Full screen for a minute. Full screen for a minute.
Walkie talkie. Where's everybody at? Where's the cavalry? Where's the search and rescue crew? Where is everybody? All right. Soup is achieved.
gonna have some soup. Let's see. Nancy Nano's Nan. Okay, so did you make it home yet? Thank you for going over this. Absolutely. I got my minestrone right here. I got a couple pieces of like the way I like it. I take like 2 pieces of American and cheese, plop right on top. Let's see. Look at that. I don't want to spill it. You see? Just let the cheese melt for a little bit.
You guys have a great day. Be blessed.
Got a little goldfish crackers. I'm not going to be rude. I'll turn my camera off when I'm eating, but no, I don't have any great. Listen, listen. You know this. I'm a guy, right? We just go get guy stuff, right? American cheese, bread, potato chips. I don't have a woman around right now to do all this. Get all the good condiments. All that good stuff. So. Gummy bears. It's not good. I'm more of a brunch guy. I don't know. I don't like to eat late. Like I eat early lunch and I eat early dinner. Like if I could eat dinner at like 4, I'm good. Let me do this. I'm here. I'm just gonna turn the camera off. Yeah, gummy bears are great. So let me do this while we're attempting to eat boiling hot soup. Let's recap a little bit here. So let me just turn the sound down a little bit. Reports came in overnight that the 2 photos that were initially released by the FBI were not on the same day. One potentially could be a week or in a week and a half before the initial photo released on the night of Nancy Guthrie's abduction. So that tells us that the suspect has been to Nancy Guthrie's house prior to her abduction. We also heard this morning, Savannah Guthrie in her video, and I'm actually going to play this again for anybody that didn't see it, has now offered a $1 million reward to return her mom home. Let's do this. Let's play that video. Why we wait. Why I eat. Let's see. Nancy Guthrie. Here we go. Savannah Guthrie.
You can win anytime, anywhere. Buy official lottery tickets online and come up on some.
Let's wait for this commercial. Of course, there's a commercial. Here we go. Live.
I'm coming on to say it is day 24 since our mom was taken in the dark of night from her bed. And every hour and minute and second and every long night has been agony since then of worrying about her and fearing for her, and aching for her, and most of all, just missing her, just missing her. We know that millions of you have been praying. So many people have been praying of every faith and no faith at all, praying for her return. And we feel those prayers. Please keep praying without ceasing. We still believe. We still believe in a miracle. We still believe that she can come home. hope against hope. As my sister says, we are blowing on the embers of hope. We also know that she may be lost. She may already be gone. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves and is dancing in heaven with her mom and her dad and with her beloved brother Pierce and with our daddy. And if this is what is to be, then we will accept it. But we need to know where she is. We need her to come home. For that reason, we are offering a family reward of up to $1 million for any information that leads us to her recovery. All of the information about this reward and the details is in the caption below. You can call the 1-800-TIP line. You can be anonymous if you want. Someone out there knows something that can bring her home. Somebody knows. And we are begging you to please come forward now. We also know that we are not alone in our loss. We know there are millions of families that have suffered with this kind of uncertainty. And for that reason today, we also are donating $500,000 to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children for their work in helping families who are coping with loss and actively looking for those who are lost. We are hoping that the attention that has been given to our mom and our family will extend to all the families like ours who are in need and need prayers and need support. So please, if you hear this message, if you've been waiting and you haven't been sure, let this be your sign to please come forward, tell what you know, and help us bring our beloved mom home so that we can either celebrate a glorious, miraculous homecoming or celebrate the beautiful, brave, and courageous and noble life that she has lived. Please be the light in the dark. Thank you.
Very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. Sad. It's very sad. Day 24. You know, look, I'd be feeling the same way if I was in this position. I would be feeling the same way if I was in this position. Let's go back to the ground. JLR investigates. Let's get some sound, see what's going on. No plows. Okay. Sorry, just catch up on some text messages. Let's see, Brian, you're there forever. I'm where? Let's see. Nan says, and asking the question
I
about
would like
up
to go
to.
search it out. Get 857 Tucson today, see what maybe he's up to. And I enjoy walking and going to different things with him. Nothing. It's really just nothing.
All right, let me just knock this sound down real quick. Nan says about asking about the up to $1 million. When someone says up to a certain amount, it means that they are only willing to pay less or for lesser quality leads. It's good. Oh, I know. I'm definitely snowed in. It's like getting frustrating now. It's almost noontime here on the East Coast in Massachusetts, and my roads still have not been plowed. I literally just texted my mom and said, call the police station and see if they know anything. Like, what's going on? You know, when are the plows coming out? And I understand the main roads need to be, you know, carved out and plowed, but it's like, I got shit to do too, you know? Half says FBI knows something for sure. That's why they no report from the FBI. I don't know. Like, why throw out this up to $1 million reward now? You know? Sorry, I'm just texting one of my friends. I have another report here. So Michael Ruiz is a reporter that's been down there and reporting on Guthrie's case. Let's see. 23 minutes ago, sources with knowledge of the family say that Guthrie's initiality to raise the idea of the reward on the first day of the investigation. Initially raised the idea of the reward on the first day of the investigation. They were advised by law enforcement to hold off as, quote, doing so earlier might overwhelm the infrastructure set up to the field leads, tens of thousands of which have been coming in organically. They are now offering the 7-figure sum after coordinating with investigators. They are working closely with law enforcement on this. So this now, I believe, is going to start putting pressure on law enforcement. Look, as a family, oh, we're going to talk about that in a second, Roderick. As a family, and if you're new here, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to sub up. As a family now, you're now coming back and putting pressure on law enforcement. Look, 24 days. There's been no leads. There's been no solid information. No new leads. We just have this said video. We have these said photos. We have the said backpack that's been identified. We've had botched DNA. You're now coming to the law enforcement. You're probably putting demands, excuse me, and you are now, forcing law enforcement to step up their investigation. That's what this does. And Roderick, if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, if you're talking about the Epstein files, I have plenty of content on my channel. You can go right to my homepage and click on that content on the Epstein files. And I will be having more videos dropping as well, too. You know what I've noticed, too, and this is very interesting to all of you that are watching. Since my Epstein my videos have come out, we've had a lot of new people come in and look at that. And I've been the only one that really has gone through the actual data sets, and I will continue to go through that as well. It's going to take a long time, but we're going to keep going through them here on the channel. So please make sure to look out for that. Look out for those live streams. And I had one just about 3 weeks ago when the data sets first hit, the DOJ dropped them on the website. They were actually downloadable, and I went and grabbed them immediately. And now you can't download them. So I have all the data sets, and we will continue to go through them and crack through them. And I am finding a lot of information inside of them. If you're not following me on X, you need to do that. And I've been posting a lot of Epstein file content on my X account. I'll drop the link in there and make sure to link up. And I know some of you don't have X, and that's fine. You can always come here to YouTube to catch my live streams to go through this. Well, let's get some volume here. We'll go back live on the street, JLR. Thank you, Mimi. So my mom just texted me. My mom just texted because I don't want to be rude and call off stream. So I asked her, call the police station, find out what's going on with the plowing. She says, police department says it's going to be a slow process. Wah, wah, wah. They have their city workers out there. They're doing the best they can. It's just that we had an awful lot of snow, and they're trying to do the best they can. So let's see. He said, everybody's going to have to be patient. It's going to be a while. Well, that's not good. And they're going to do all the main drags first because they got to get to the side of the street. So, hey, it pushes, it's just talking about me going to work tomorrow. Hey, if you can't get your car out, you're not going to work tomorrow either. My mom's funny. I got a guy today that got caught in the snow out in front of my house. I'm like, what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking? I've been watching you break down the Jeffrey Epstein files. That's awesome. Thank you, Roderick. We appreciate you being here. We really do. Really appreciate you being here. My mom's saying, if you can't get your car out tomorrow, you're not going to work. I'm going to have to go out there and dig in a little while and start trying to make a path to the street. But my streets, literally, they still have 2 feet of snow on my street. I can't get anywhere. I'm stuck. But, the thing is, I live right in town, which is nice. So if I need to get to the corner store, I can just walk over. I haven't seen the main roads yet, so I might do that a little later. But literally, there's 2 feet of snow on my roads. All right, let's see what JLR is saying here. Sophie, thanks for the $2. I appreciate that. Thanks for the $2. I know, I saw those. Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in my city. It's funny. The last storm that we had here, a couple weeks ago, they were out immediately plowing. They were on top of it every couple of hours on top of it. And I didn't see one plow at all yesterday. I didn't hear one plow this morning. Usually I get woken up because I said when I went to bed, I'm going to turn the sound down for a second. when I went to bed last night at like midnight, I'm sitting there and I'm going, I'm probably going to get woken up, at like 3 a.m. from the plows. That's usually when they come around my streets. And I did. I woke up at about 4 o'clock in the morning and I looked out the window and I'm like, they haven't been through yet. And then I was nervous because sometimes when you do wake up and they're out there plowing, guess what? You're not falling back asleep. So I was like, I got to get back to sleep before they come through. I went back to sleep, woke up at about 7 this morning, looked out the window, streets are still covered. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? So that's where we're at. I said, look, I'm here. We're going to stream. I'm going to, do some ground coverage today, see what's going on in front of Nancy's house. And I wanted to give you guys the updates of all the developments that happened overnight. But it's funny, I can hear all the snow and the ice melting off the house. It's hitting the roof. I can hear it because it's considerably warm here today. I think it's about 30, 35 degrees. And obviously we know snow can melt. So, all right, let's turn this up. Yeah, I mean, here you go. This is a good point too. Roderick said, hey, look, they found El Mencho. I'm sure they can find this woman. And that's good, hopeful thoughts. But yeah, I mean, look, you found one of the biggest drug lords in the world. And, look where we are here with Nancy Guthrie's investigation. I'm just going to go full screen for a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. How many people are going to watch the State of the Union address tonight? If you're going to watch it, put a 1 in the chat. If you aren't going to watch it, put a 2. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to stream it here. So if you want to come over and hang out with me, we can watch it together. I'm definitely going to stream it tonight. 2, no one's going to watch. Okay. Yeah, and that's, my speculation in all of this too, Roderick, is that I believe she's still in Arizona.
Nothing.
I do.
I'm looking. Only thing is like $1 million up to.
But I'm gonna stream the State
Where
of
the search teams?
Tonight. We'll stream it tonight.
Where are the search teams for?
A lot of mixed reviews. 50-50 right now. But come hang out. Look, always good to see what our presidents at the time have to say about our nation. And I want to see if there's any mentions of the Epstein files. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see the mention of the Epstein files. Because as of right now, it has been well over almost 23 days since the expanded Epstein files were dropped. 24 days. And there are no U.S. arrests. There have been no U.S. arrests. 0 U.S. arrests. 0. We saw Peter Maddow.
KGB guy just went by in his BMW.
Oh yeah, the Cajun. Yeah. We saw Madison get picked up yesterday. Former U.S. ambassador to the U.K. We saw former Prince Andrew arrested. But there's arrests. Why? And have them deposed. And what? They just going to go on? I mean, there's major implications of Bill Clinton inside those Epstein files. I mean, his name is meant open door deposition. It's going to be a closed door. Seen it. What's up with him? No arrest? Oh, he played dumb. Oh, I didn't know what was going on. Right? Is that how we're going to get away with accountable? And then what does that do? It allows the next this as our country, in our country, and in across the world. All right, let's go back live here.
Unilift SCST 70.
Now it's working, but you haven't seen it. But before it was saying that connection.
That as well too, and you're not the only person that's starting Savannah Guthrie interviewing Virginia Giuffre. I have that email up on my X account. I've talked about that. I've heard this theory thrown out as well too. Is this all a distraction? Is it all a distraction? And isn't it weird that the Epstein files, here we go. This is what I was thinking about this morning. Isn't it strange that the Epstein files, the expanded Epstein files, were dropped on January 31st? And then what? Savannah Guthrie's mom gets taken on February 1st. Let me see if I can find the tweet. I'll bring that up. You can see the email that's going back and forth. And Jeff
Exploring with Jim's video from 2 days ago at the 5:09 mark.
Savannah Guthrie interviewing
You go to the
Virginia
50
Giuffre.
Exploring with Jim. Exploring with Jim.
Let's see if I can find
5:09 mark.
put it out a couple of days ago. And again, I don't want to throw ridiculous theories out there, but it is an angle that I've heard, and I've talked about it a little bit. I would have no real solid evidence of that right now, but it is a very interesting theory.
Looked at 5:09 mark. I don't see anything.
Sort of is up there.
A rest stop?
And then, like I say, there's civilization here.
Like a rest stop up there? Is that what you're talking about, the 5:09 mark? You got to tell me which video, because he makes multiple videos. But just share exactly what the issue, like what it is.
Sorry, I'm scouring my X account to find what I was talking about. I pulled the email. If not, I probably can find it in one of my folders. Let's see.
Connie's handle says, I think Savannah put that message out today because she doesn't want you to leave, JLR. If you go everywhere else, if you go, everyone else will go too. You are the energy for the whole group of the media. I don't know about media, because some of the media was here ahead of me, but maybe they put it out because maybe she put that out now because she feels like she knows how the news cycle works, and this case is going to start to go away, and everyone's going to forget about Nancy. But I think that's maybe what the sheriff wants.
All right, let's go to here. Let's just talk about this for a second. And again, I tend to bring these things up when they come in cycles, and you guys talk about it. So let's see. Again, here's an email from September 19, 2019. Below is a list of who we know who were interviewed for Dateline. And of course, it's all redacted here. But the biggest thing here is, I just want to give you a heads up. She's done another interview with Savannah Guthrie, and this is Virginia Giuffre. And in it, she says the following. She was interviewed by the FBI in 2011 by a blank. In the interview, she gave names of the girls she helped sow traffic. She said she was also interviewed by SDNY NY, no time frame. 2 other women also tell the DOJ Epstein specifically trafficked them, quote, other men, and 4, there are cameras in the New York house and others where we could watch people in the bathroom and elsewhere. They plan to air it on today, and it's this Friday and on Dateline. I hope that's helpful. And that was from the Public Affairs, U.S. Department of Justice. Interesting. You know, I've heard this angle been brought up. You know, we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, let's keep going here.
But why did they put out the? Well, I mean, now they're saying because the sheriff thought at the beginning stages it would be false tips, and people would flood the system with a bunch of tips at the time. If you would have gave out $1 million reward out at the beginning stages of the case. Well, we have nothing right now. But I'm also told that you can't necessarily post flyers on places because it's a private property. Tucson has a private property law with placing flyers.
Oh, wow.
Tucson placing flyers law. In Tucson, it is illegal to place flyers, handbills, or posters on public property, including utility poles, traffic signs, trees, and sidewalks. Violating these city codes is a civil infraction with a minimum fine of $250. Placing flyers on private property or vehicles without consent is also prohibited. You cannot attach flyers to any street lamp post, traffic sign, or fire hydrant or tree. They're saying it's illegal. Now, I don't know about Pima County, but Tucson, does that make it Pima County, not law? People are like, tried to tell you that. Stupid laws. Civil infraction, not a crime.
Yeah, they might do that for, like, trash and stuff like that. So that's probably why it's illegal. They don't want the paper flying around everywhere. Let's see. Okay, let's go. Okay, I got a live report here from News Nation. Let's pop in there really quick. Let's check out what they're talking about. I'm going to share my tab. Let's play. And I need sound. Here we go.
From Savannah really is so heartbreaking to watch.
Oh,
News Nation.
absolutely, Nicole. And in that new Instagram video, Savannah Guthrie speaks for over 4 minutes. And now there is new hope that the family's $1 million reward will produce the tip or the information to bring Nancy Guthrie home. Today, day 24, Savannah called every minute of this ordeal agony, asking for continued prayers, saying they still believe in a miracle, but also acknowledging that her mother may already be gone home to heaven. Savannah stresses that tips can be anonymous.
To please come forward, tell what you know, and help us bring our beloved mom home so that we can either celebrate a glorious, miraculous homecoming or celebrate the beautiful, brave, and courageous and noble life that she has lived. Please be the light in the dark.
The new video follows new information about the suspect images in this case. Sources tell News Nation the image of the suspect at the front porch without a backpack on the left side here is from a day sometime before February 1st. And the image on the right is from that morning of the kidnapping with what looked to be the same masked man at the front door, this time with a backpack and a gun in a front holster. The sheriff's department has acknowledged the images and that the suspect appears in different stages of attire, but warned there are no date or timestamps on the footage, calling any suggestion the photos were taken on different days purely speculative. Now, it's suspected to be why investigators have been asking neighbors.
Real quick, I'm probably just going to play the White House feed. I haven't made a decision yet. Probably just end up playing the White House feed because sometimes like they talk over it and through it. So it might just be just the regular White House feed. Okay, let's
for
play.
any security footage of suspicious people or cars since the start of this year. And according to some, law enforcement have had particular interest in footage from January 11th. Now, Savannah Guthrie has also announced a family donation of $500,000 to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, acknowledging the many, many other families going through pain and suffering like they are over a missing loved one. Nicole?
And Nancy, there was some activity there at the house this morning. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, that happened just over an hour ago when we noticed a sheriff's department vehicle approaching the house. We suspected it might be just a shift change of the deputies who guard the house, but then we saw 3 deputies walking over to the left side of the house. They appeared to be looking for something specific. Now, Sheriff Chris Nanos has previously said that investigators would be coming and going as they investigate particular tips that seem credible. Now, in this case, the deputies seemed to find nothing amiss and left after just a few minutes. Now, another concern on the property has been trespassing by well-intentioned people who want to come and search for Nancy Guthrie themselves. So this is all private property around here, and trespassing has been an issue. Nicole?
All right, Nancy Liu, live for us there in Tucson. Thank you. I'd like to welcome back to the program again, COO and founder of the Bruner Sierra Group, former FBI agent, Daniel Bruner. Daniel, thanks so much for your time again. We just spoke about this. Now here we are today. It's Tuesday. There's this new video from Savannah. I want to start with that first, since that's the very newest thing here. Why do you think this is coming out now?
Well, listen, it's very smart to do this because what it is bringing attention back to the case. Obviously, there are numerous incidents occurring around the world. News is attention. The tips reduce, the number of tips people calling in. This is going to increase again. This is going to bring attention to the case again and, help have, Ms. Guthrie brought home, whether hopefully alive, but if not, so that there's closure for the rest of the family. And in addition, this could incentivize someone from this group who knows something, because there's more than just one individual, I suspect. Maybe someone from the secondaries that support people that are conducting this incident. Maybe they'll break because it's a $1 million reward. I've led investigations where I've had a $100,000 reward put out there, and I was receiving no tips before that when I had it at 10,000, 20,000. When I put it at 100,000, that incentivized someone from the local community. They saw the individual, provided a tip, and that was all it took. So this is generating more leads. This is generating more information, but it's also probably trying to get somebody to start talking.
And we're hearing Savannah there allude to the real possibility that her mother, Nancy, may no longer be alive. Do you think this increased massive reward will actually help, though? Because, we have seen it increase as the days have gone on. Why do you think they offer this much at this point in?
Well, like I said, at certain points, there's attention. Attention will get tips. People think they have more information. And then, at 50,000 and 100,000, $1 million really can change somebody's life. $1 million may say, hey, have less fear. People may have fear of providing information because they may retaliate. The lead criminal of this group, or whatever you want to call it, may be, fearful and holding, control over the other members of the group. $1 million really changes, somebody's perspective of that could change my life, and I'd be able to escape. Not only, here's the thing is, and I'm sending this message to, if people are, if this group is watching, the FBI is.
You know what's crazy is this just is reminding me of that movie Ransom, with Mel Gibson. Remember when they heard the amount of money, the group that was helping, what was his name? Gary, what's his name? And I'm going to pronounce his last name incorrectly. Gary Shanice. What's his name? And they end up finding the reward goes up. Remember, Mel Gibson bumps the reward, and Gary Sinise. And then the group that's helping him ends up basically trying to turn on him at the end. Remember? So bizarre. The parallel.
Second to none with witness security. You come forward, I'm sure WITSEC is a possibility. Not only will you get the reward, but you can be protected, change your life. They change their name. So you can provide information to the FBI. You can provide details. You can be a witness and provide, and that will provide you a new life. And to, if safety is a concern, that the FBI definitely can help. So $1 million reward really will generate more interest and hopefully motivate somebody from this group to provide intelligence.
So, Daniel, there's so much that we obviously, being that we are not privy to what's happening behind the scenes, there's so much that we don't know. But do you think this was ever actually an intended kidnapping for ransom, considering there's no indication a ransom was paid, considering it doesn't appear that whomever took her wants to give her back? They've had her now 24 days and counting. So if that's not what it was, what does that mean, for example, when it comes to the now, I believe it's 5 alleged ransom notes that were sent to TMZ?
Yeah, I believe that those initial ransom notes to TMZ were probably not legitimate. And that's been washed out. And, I'm sure that there was information in those emails and those messages that sent to TMZ that were kind of specific, but that's for the investigators to know, and they'll be able to provide details to it. I don't think that this was a kidnap for ransom. I don't think that this was something that was organized. It may have been a target of opportunity where they wanted to do something. I think that whoever did this was inside Miss Guthrie's not the inner circle, but I think secondary circle, was familiar with the house and looked at to conduct some sort of robbery or an incident, creating attention to this. And I don't know if they realized it was Savannah Guthrie's mother, but I think that something happened inside the house. Something occurred which required them to move Miss Guthrie out of the house. And whether they went into the desert, surrounding Tucson areas, and she passed away while they had her, or they just literally, disposed of her out in the middle of the desert, we don't know. I don't think this was a kidnap for ransom because, and I've said this on your show before, these were amateurs. You don't kidnap an 84-year-old woman and think that she's going to stay around with medical issues and think she's going to stay around during the ransom negotiations. You go for somebody younger. There's the daughter, Savannah Guthrie's sister. So there's various other things. So I don't think that this was a kidnapping for ransom, but there's all the possibilities are still on the table. But I'm really curious to see what this was all about.
All right, so we have to dig in now, Daniel.
Rami,
to this
put your
other
theories in the
twist
chat.
that actually is not new information. This theory that the suspect may have been at Nancy's house days or more before her disappearance, because as we can see right here in this one image, he has a backpack, and another, he does not have that backpack. So an unconfirmed source that says that this backpackless image was captured by her Nest doorbell camera on some day before the suspected abduction. Now, the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Department has not confirmed this. They're declining to comment. So my question, what are your thoughts, especially because, again, Daniel, this discrepancy was actually pointed out publicly almost immediately. This, anybody who's followed this case closely knows people were pointing out this discrepancy from the very beginning, as soon as these images came out.
Yeah, I'm really curious as to why this is resurfacing, because I believe I talked about this on your show when this happened. I was on live with you when that video was released, and we noted that there was a difference there. And so for me, there's a couple of possibilities. One possibility, it was the same day, but he went back. You also see that he doesn't have his holster. And so I tend to believe that this was probably a second day.
That's why this can all be cleared up by the sheriff. Just come out and say, this photo was on this day. This photo was on that day. Or, this portion of the video was on that day. This portion of the video was on this day. Let's clear it all up. Let's clear it all up. Let's get some public transparency here. This helps in timelines. And now we're out 24 days. This is where we're at.
It could have been where he or she was attempting to conduct this attack, and it failed. So this could have been attack number 1, was the one on the left there, and the actual successful incident was attack number 2 with the backpack. He could have been conducting a dry run to see what sort of cameras there were. There could have been, forward advanced movement to figure out we don't know. There's all possibilities, and all these investigators in Arizona are not saying one or the other for various reasons. One, they don't want to tip their hand to the media. They don't want to tip their hand to the bad guys. It was a mistake to release this video the day it was released. They didn't give the FBI enough time to analyze it. FBI leadership made that decision. It was wrong to release it. But we are here now. Those investigators need to hold all their cards as close to the vest without getting letting that information out to the perpetrators. I believe that these are probably 2 different dates based upon, getting the holster and the backpack are both off. So it's various possibilities. Could be advanced research, could have been another attempt at the house and she wasn't home that day. So a lot of possibilities here.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we're hoping that Nancy comes home. Okay, Daniel Bruner, thank you again.
Same. Thank you.
Well, Nancy Guthrie's case is not the only missing person case. We are
All right, let's go back to the ground. Stay here for a little bit. I'm gonna have to leave here pretty soon. I'm gonna try to go out and unbury my car, and see what's up and see if anybody in the neighborhood's heard anything about.
What about the tip of a name starting with J from Sunday? You mentioned you were going to investigate. That's the car guy, Corey 5180. We have determined the car guy is probably not involved here. We're talking about the car guy. Starts with J. You know what I'm talking about. The J guy with the car. He claims he's not even in the country.
I'm gonna go full screen for a second. I'll be right back. I'll be
the
right
car
back.
guy that begins with the J. Can't place flyers, no street lights. Yeah, no street lights on the road, no traffic cameras. What kind of foolish is going on in Tucson? You can't place flyers on any street poles. All the traffic lights are out because they got rid of the cameras. You can't have lights in the Catalina foothills. I mean, like, what in the heck is really going on here? It's crazy. And then also, that's another thing about the sheriff. Savannah wanted to post the $1 million reward, which many people are saying in the chat. Why now? Why now? Why are you doing this 24 days later, not day one? Well, the reports are the sheriff told her no. At the beginning stage, he said, oh, well, we'll get a flood of false tips, and it will flood our tip line. It will hurt the case, and discouraged her from doing that. But why now? They say they went through all the tips and nothing came out of the tips. So
All right, I'm back. A lot of people, I'm hearing that theory now, lately about the Epstein file theory.
River Lux, Jim's video from a day ago.
Wouldn't
Guthrie
surprise
rescue
me.
mission where guy flags him down. He seems a little uneasy with Jim. Starts talking about Nancy. Bless you.
Yeah, I just I went out and looked out the window. I've got to go out and start kind of digging my car out. I got to get across town in some way, form, or fashion today to check on my mom. My mom is almost 75 years old, so I got to go check on her. So we'll hang out here a little bit longer, but I do it to try to make some life things happen today, especially try to at least dig out in my driveway where my car is, maybe contact my landlord and see what's going on with the plow situation, if they're having their plow guy come by to do our little spot to start getting out. But my roads here are crazy. It's 2 feet of snow out there, so maybe the neighbors have heard something. I'm gonna go out and check. I see a lot of people shoveling right now, but that's probably what I'm gonna have to end up doing here. She said, "You got to wrap your brain around it first." I get it. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's follow up a little while longer here. And okay, so I don't like things like this. TMZ's reporting 9 minutes ago. Today on TMZ Live, we're being told that Nancy Guthrie's case is becoming cold. Details at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. I mean, that's just very clicky.
You can post signs on streets in Tucson, but everyone could just lay around on the streets and the city does nothing about it. At bus stops, all over the place. People just launder all around. Don't do nothing about that. But if you put a little flyer up on the street sign, oh my goodness, fine, you get a fine. Get a fine.
Sorry for your loss. Yeah.
Recently, saw a picture of a son-in-law standing between two men in front of a train car, wondering about the guy on the left. Miss Wilder X says, recently saw a picture of the son-in-law standing between two other men in front of a train car. You're talking about the band. You're talking about the bandmates. But sheriff just cleared him. We're talking about the son-in-law. I think you're talking about the bandmates, right? I would assume you're talking about the bandmates. Bandmates.
All right, we're going to do this. I'm going to stop coverage for now. Okay, I got to go out and try to make some life things happen here. Let's do this. I'm going to keep an eye on the case. If anything breaks right away, I will come back live and follow that. So just keep an eye out for here on the channel. If not, I'm going to be back at 9 p.m. tonight. I'm going to cover the State of the Union address. We'll watch through it here. You guys can come in and chat in the chat. It'll be interesting, I'm sure. There'll be people on both sides commenting, but let's do that for now. I hear a lot of activity going on outside, so I got to go see what my neighbors are saying, what's going on. I got to get over and try to at least go see my mom today and check on her. I know she got blasted across town. So let's plan on that. Yeah, I'm gonna bring her. Yeah, I'll bring her some soup. You got to bring me soup, right? I need my soup. You got to bring that soup you talked about today. But let's do this. We'll pause for now. I'll keep an eye out. If anything breaks, I will pop back in. If there's any other breaking news, major news that happens this afternoon, I of course will come live and report it. I want to thank everybody for coming in today, supporting the channel. We saw some new people in the chat as well. Thank you for that. And thank you for all the support. My moderators that could jump in today and moderate. I know a lot of people are out, uncovering and getting their lives together after the storm. It was a major storm that hit the East Coast here. So people are back to work, trying to get back to work, or, unplowing their house and shoveling and all that fun stuff. So keep an eye out on the channel. If you see me pop up, come back in. And if you're first time over here, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment after this video post. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be back soon, I promise. All right, I'm going to head out for a little while today. Everybody be good, be kind. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.